Hello, Paul from RankWyz here. Today, I'm going to continue to talk about mm, what it takes to build nowadays high authority blogs, high authority PBN, and more important, how to survive upcoming updates. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be about content. Today is a huge, exciting day in RankWyz. We finally released the completely updated content system that will put us, in my opinion, 100 miles forward. And if you are in SEO, if you are into quality SEO content, if you are building the long-term high quality blogs or PBNs for yourself or for your clients, I'm guarantee I will get several times wows out of you while you're watching this demo. And first of all, I want to remind everyone the news that surfaced a couple of months ago that Google searches introduced a system to rank web pages on facts, not links. It's fairly vague information that Google builds the knowledge graph with the trillions of facts, and in an attempt to use that for ranking web pages. Well, first of all, the very important part of this message is the last sentence of the last part of the title, not links. It continues that it proves that Google makes continuous effort of building a system that will eventually use less and less links to rank web pages. It wasn't a long buzz around the news because nobody knows exactly details, no details, and it's still way in the Google Labs, and the typical the reaction from the community was like, oh, are we going to turn the web into Wikipedia type of facts? That sounds boring. Well, we'll get back to this later, and at the moment I want to go quickly through my view on what is the evolution of the so-called money side. At the beginning, you could rank a blank page. Everyone who's been in SEO for a long time remember that there are a lot of examples when people with lots of links were able to rank, and either no content pages or even blank pages, and outrank the sites with the best ever content, handwritten, and most interesting to the client. That was a time when community was laughing, the Google was stupid, and you can do whatever you want with million links. Then content started slowly coming into the picture, but still the search result was dominated, especially for affiliate niches were dominated with thin content, AdSense type of sites, were very little of content, very few pages, and regular web user would wonder who the hell creates this sites with pretty useless information, and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands SEOs and internet marketers were making living with those sites, creating them and promoting. And again, the links were dominating. So as long as you have million links, you can outrank anyone. And of course, time went by, and there was a huge shake-up in the internet when there was slow death of thin content sites. There are a lot of those who didn't give up and survived start switching into building authority sites. It didn't take long before another shake-up when rules of link building changed. You now can harm the site with bad links, and that was in early days of block networks. Well, it started very well, and to get to the point that everyone was using block networks, and it's started to become very, very convenient. So you basically buy the packages from block networks, point those posts to the to your client sites and to run them, and happy life. And of course, it's get to the point when everyone was using them, and the huge shake-up was when there was so-called block network slap. There was a fear that block networks not going to work any longer, and a lot of people, again, the new wave of people gave up, and those who didn't start switching to the private block networks. Well, at the beginning, private block network was a fairly challenging task to set up. First, because it's really hard to find a good domain. So the good domain, so that that is expired but has a non-spammy linking profile, the good metrics. So it was like task on its own to find them, skimming through those auctions, like looking for a good domain, not over spam. Then hosting, setup. So basically, it was area for few who know how to do this and who mastered that, but those who did were doing very, very well. And as usually happens, slowly it becomes more and more of the news, and then like now it's like a buzzword. Everyone and a dog is know about. Like if you open any SEO course, any guru, if you want to see anyone who's an SEO who want to share the secret with you, make no mistake, it's like 90% of the time it is yet another WSO on how powerful block networks are. And if in a couple of years ago it was quite a challenging task, now there are like services popping up that do very good job of searching through expired domains, collecting all metrics, linking profile, topics, and the selling point is just you can find 15 domains in 15 minutes. So basically, it's not a task any longer. There are a lot of offering for PBN hosting. So it get to the point when everyone does this, even without knowledge of how set up PBN, how to set up hosting, even how to set up WordPress. And if you think what is a private blog post, this is a typical diagram that shows, surprise, surprise, after like 10, 15 years of SEO getting more and more challenging and more complex, it's simple. It's that simple again. This is a typical diagram. So like no backlinks, no profiles, nothing, because you get an expired domain. By definition, good domain is the starting point. So like you get them, several of them, and set up your network, post some more or less relevant content, and you're good. Life is happy again. For those who do this in the, let's say, a local business niche, it's pretty straightforward routine. So you go to the client, you promise them first page, you get $1,000 initiation, you build a decent size, like small, like there's a decent size PBN, several blogs. You buy them, you host them, point links, get the client to the first page, get $500 retention, and go to the next client. And everyone who really analyzing the backlinking profile for the competition can spot 80% of the time can spot the PBN block with just briefly looking into, and especially if you combine with the anymetric toolbar. So they usually have decent citation flow, trust flow, most metrics, domain authority. Usually it's very low Alexa rank because there are no traffic in there, and more important is a thin content. So like you have 5-10 articles in there, very targeted at a small niche. So you can tell, like if you see the site with the 5 or 10 articles all about garage openers, so like make no mistake, it's like in 90% of the case it's a PBN blog, because that's what they used to. They promote some other site in garage opener niche, and again, so like it's usually thin, very generic, not very high quality content, and very small niche targeted, very targeted. And again, this is like 85% or 90% of the PBNs blog nowadays. Why? Because it gets to masses. Everyone does it. It's so easy to set up. Every SEO course preaches this. And as a result, a majority of the sites that are ranking now in the local space, in the local business area, or in the affiliate, have a decent proportion, decent percentage of the that type of PBN links. And nobody ever tells again now like about link building to those tier 1 sites, because you even higher quality content. Why? Because it works. It works as is. So you buy the domain, it already has a decent linking profile. You can get them matching your topic niche. So basically you already buy them with links. They have the relevant content, links to your site, and done. So at this moment the question is next shake-up will be about PBNs going down. Actually, those talks are in the air for quite some times now, and everyone knows that it must be like it's get to the point when the PBN links are affecting search index a lot. And some people say that hey, sooner or later PBNs will just get you in trouble, and others say hey, it's safe as long as you know how to hide PBNs from a search engine. And it's true, but only from perspective from the assumption if the discovering PBNs and the devaluing it only goes through the linking profile. So basically assumption is that not assumption, the approach is that someone or search engine will discover all blogs linking to the site and identify them as belonging to the same owner. As a result, considering them a PBN and devaluing them. Like if you have 10, 20, even hundreds blogs, it's like so small, the number is so small, the probability of discovering them based on this vague logic is pretty slim to nothing. That's why the idea of that if you know how to hide them, if you just remove the footprint, then you will not be discovered is true. I believe in that. But if you think that there's another way, there's a much easier way of taking 80% of PBNs down, and it's devalue them based on the content. As I said again, so that typical, not all, but a lot of based on the current state of the community when everyone does PBNs. The current PBN is just a small site, and because it's worked, think of the total authority, combined authority coming from so many criteria, and let's say 75% of the combined authority is authority of domain. like might be even more than 75%, so that you get it expired, it's aged, it's with a high linking profile, plus you put like more or less decent content, and that's exactly sequence how it goes. More or less relevant content usually ends up with a few generic articles on the very vague, very generic topic, like the garage opener or dentist or something, and then you put the links and it works. But if you think that and there is already indication that Google is looking into, like not long ago, the update that it was called a doorway update is definitely a sign that Google is looking into the thin content sites. But let's say that you just shift this distribution from 80% or 75% value of the expired domain down to 50, and raise the value or the contribution to the combined authority of the content to 50, and that itself will lower the value of so many PBNs, as I said. So it's, because most of them done in this very simple way, assuming that domain is everything, and that rest is just a little contribution to the quality of the domain. So what it is about ranking based on facts, the very first news which I started with. Will it mean that we will have to turn the typical website into the boring information like Wikipedia? It's like Toronto is the capital of Ontario. It probably will if we think about 100 facts, but Google claims of collecting that trillions and trillions of facts for gazillions of subjects. For every subject they have, like let's say they have 1 million facts about Toronto, and what it means, what a typical fact about Toronto. There are a lot of events happening in Toronto. There are a lot of places where people go. There are a lot of breaking news happening in Toronto, and it's all happening in a timely fashion. Like I mean, so there's a news of today. There's something is going to be like going to be big event next month in Toronto. All of this, all of the knowledge about what it is about the subject of this type, and Toronto is just one good example. Let's say tennis. There's like Miami Open happening now, like in a month it will be Roland Garros, and there are a lot of tournaments going on in between, big or small. There are like a lot of plays. There are like something happening with the players that related to tennis. All of those are facts, and compare these facts to the typical PBN site with the 5 articles where the guy that is smiling and just holding a racket and bouncing the ball. So basically, the way I see this, that let's say Google has a million facts about what's going on now or in the future, like it's coming future in the tennis, and correlation of this view of its view on the subject, this huge knowledge graph on the subject, and the knowledge and the matching knowledge he can extract from the specific site, the correlation between that might be an idea of ranking based on the fact. If you take one site about Toronto and there are like, let's say 10 articles that is mashed up, and this is how typical ICO blogs created. So like and there are like 1,001 programs nowadays. When you enter 3 top keywords, and it will be like you enter 3 keywords, like it will be like weight loss, diet, or recipes, like for a diet side, and you build up a few articles that will be to somewhat correlated to the diet, and they're good enough. They work now. So like same in Toronto, so you can mash up like few articles that will be here and there, like have information about Toronto and some places and events in Toronto, because you enter, let's say 3 or 5 keywords, top keywords on the for the subject. But think how much correlation between this type of site and Google's view on the knowledge of the subject, Toronto being a subject, and the blog that actively updated in every day with the news coming from Toronto that something happening, that just highlights of events and might be places and so on. And this is exactly where we put so much effort lately. Moving away from this 4 or 5 years old idea of how to create SEO content into new concept that will be reflecting the current expectation of search engine, at least to meet to somewhat the current expectation search engines on the fact of matching the good quality site, authority sites. We were looking into build the content based on the more targeted content. Instead of generic mashup of 3 or 5 keywords, you can work with a wide variety of the very detailed topics and they build article based on this topic and each topic. It's an idea of fresh content and the fresh not in the sense of what it was true like 5 years ago when he said, hey, you need to update your site with the fresh content, meaning that you had to create 1,000 articles of the same mashup and post them like twice a week. Fresh, it means for the fresh topics, fresh relevant content for the topic. And again, so I'm using if I use tennis, it will be upcoming tournament or currently going tournament. There are a lot of plays goes on NHL like every day. Like this is a fresh content. There are a lot of events. Something is going to be in Toronto next week. This is a fresh content, not just content that is published regularly. And as I said, that at this moment it's not just idea, so we finally have it in the system, and I'm gonna demonstrate you with the results. And I'm absolutely positive that there's no other system, there's no competition for us at this field, and I'm positive that you're gonna be excited about that. And I'm now in my RankWyz account, and I will navigate to Content Mill, our built-in content server that is responsible for everything related to content, aggregating the content from all over the world, compiling them based on your templates, and producing articles for your campaigns. So I will create a new bucket. That will be demo, and a bucket is the way of organizing content. You organize them in the form of content bucket, getting them together by niche, by client. I selected mixed type, and this is our most advanced, the latest content we produce, and it's based on the content blocks. So you combine and in any form you want content blocks. And I will quickly demonstrate this. Let's say we have an image first and news. We'll split them, might be with the subtitle, and do video, and then we'll add paragraph of syndicated content based on the keywords or niches you're working with. So you have an option to modify the every blog. So let's say for images you have an option to change aligning and resizing. For news you can say how many sentences roughly, because we navigate to the page and extract the content from the page. You can say how many sentences you want if you want to do subtitle and so on. The video syndicated with our late edition, so we added option to randomly shuffle blogs. You can say you can have fixed blogs, you can have the floating blocks, and the system will shuffle them every time to create more variety in the layout. And the very last update is you have a probability of the block will be used. Let's say in this case I would 70%, 70%, and 70%. So everything except the first and the last, let's say, will be used randomly 70%. Then we have the way of embedding links. This is the flexibility I want to share because I have an opportunity. This is not exact point, the main focus of the presentation, and instead I go into the bucket I already created, and again it's mixed content. You can see the content blocks. I made it for the sake of demo simple, no shuffle, no the all will appear 100%, and it's image, news, video syndicated. But this is what's new. We introduced notion of topics, and you can create multiple topics based on your plan or permission. And in this case I used very simple to see the how the system works. Like I did different sports. Instead of mashing up everything about sport, I added topic on baseball, hockey, soccer, volleyball, and yoga. And once the information is collected, you can see that article is created not randomly but based on topic. So if I click on the first one, this is about baseball. You can tell the image baseball, news about baseball, video, and syndicated. And again, it's just based on the template. You can use more or less complex template depending on what your need. And then you set up topics, and it will be created article. This is a hockey. Well, without a doubt, you from the first look you can tell that it's way better than the content generic for sport, or like in one sport. What if you have multiple? This would be soccer. And if you look down, so there is a topic attached, so that article itself, once created, carries over a topic, and I'll show you later how it's going to be used. So if I'll go to yoga, that's a very yoga related content. And because the other example was very simple, I'll go more details. This is a bucket on the topic of various styles of yoga. There's Ashtanga yoga, Hatha yoga, Kundalini, meditation, breathing. I added example of topic where the yoga for back pain. So basically you're working with the topics, and let's see what kind of content it produces. Yoga for back pain, yoga poses for back pain. There's news. There are like how to do yoga for sciatica relief, and there's yin yoga that is very relaxing style. Ashtanga, you can see that everything matches the topic, like news, title, video, and so on. I'll go into more details, more examples. Let's say the typical example, as your course will miss, diet. If I go to topics, and I selected from the Google Planner the keywords on a different type of diets, and all of a sudden you look, and I only did subset. Look, alkaline diet, raw food diet, protein diet, paleo diet. Well, of course we can jump them all together and create one content that will be just a little bit of everything, and looks somewhat okay. But now we have articles for each specific topic. Dukan, I think it's Dukan diet. So you see the news, and again I'm using the same template for all examples, while you can customize it as I showed earlier. So there's a video like what it is, diabetic diet, and you see the image on diet and diabetes, and sodium and diabetes diet video, and Mediterranean, and so on. So it's basically here's the video, why Mediterranean diet might work for you. And to look down, so not only it carries over the topic at this time, but because I set to dynamically match tags and categories, look at the categories selected. Tags are Mediterranean diet and diet. Categories, Mediterranean diet and diet. And if I look at to, let's say, alkaline diet, so again, relevant content, it says that tag is diet, category is diet, topic is alkaline diet, and so on. If I go to liquid diet or vegan diet, so it will be all relevant, and it will try to match the categories and tags. That is very important for your high level domain, the high quality content. So at this moment I'm going to a variety of examples. Let's say Toronto. Like, I mean, how can you create an old way the decent authority block on the Toronto level? But now with adding like few topics on the popular places in Toronto, Casa Loma, CN Tower, Distillery District, and I added Niagara Falls for the pack. So I can tell that this article is very specific about Toronto Distillery District, or this is probably everyone knows landmark, the 4 CN Tower, and so on. What's about Niagara Falls? Yeah, so that's Niagara Falls, and it's a massive fire in Niagara Falls, but it's still or related to Niagara Falls. What else I have? So now let's say if you into domain services, so what's going to be your topics like that? For now, you probably will be like with any other system, you probably will be mashing up like an SEO and domains and something, and hope to get somewhat related technical webby SEO-ish content. But if you have a topic on authority domains, expired domains for sale, private block network, SEO hosting, SEO services, you will have specific article on the topic of private block network. Here it is. So like, I mean, so how to build a block network. And again, I'm using the same template that could be customized, authority domains. So those are news, like not every topic is newsworthy. Let's say if it's Black Hattie or somewhere news that might be not have news options, but otherwise it pulls every blog based on like, what about authority domains for sale? Anyway, some time here for expired domains. Yeah, that's all about expired domain for sales. And looking down, there's a tags, domains, categories, domains, topic expired domains for sale. I will show you later how to use topics. I'm pretty sure by now you're very excited with what you saw, that and understand why I am excited. So like, we now enabled our users to do something that wasn't possible before with any other system. Not just create relevant content, but create it based on topics, very specific topics, where that every produced piece of content is based on a specific topic. We're producing more targeted content. But if you are at the moment think that you're very excited, so like, hold your breath. That's not it, and not the best part. Intelligent backlinking. So basically, the idea is that topic that I showed you stored with the content, while when sent down to lower tier for the lower tier to with the purpose of creating backlink, and will send all together with a link, and then will be used to create the content on the same topic, and the anchor profile will be as well based on the topic. So it will create a stacked link from one to another chain of very targeted content on the same topic, and more important, and as a result, there's no need to create a built-in site. So let's say if your client is in doors and windows business, you will have to create relevant content, because that's the only way to separate that niche. So you create doors and windows installation and create small PBN and reuse it for the client. If your client is gone, so your best bet is to find another client in the same niche. You can start build authority sites, because like if you are in a local business and you promote some offline business in Toronto, as much it will contribute from the relevancy and authority of in this professional needs niche, let's say the construction or lawyer, so it as well will be benefit from the authority side on the Toronto topic, or and so on. So basically you can now create the page, you can link it up with the exact same page, while the rest of the site filling in with the content not directly relevant to the client side. You can so you can build the authority type of PBN blog. And this is to demonstrate this, what I just said. So I have a submission on Polio, and it has like several hundred blogs, and I set up a submission. And made few posts from the those new type of bucket that's based on topics. And if I go to posts, completed, you can see there those are successful posts. And if I do a preview of the article that says protein diet, and it still carries over the topic protein diet. So the important part of this, if I go to the setup, you can see that each successful post was set to send to the lower tier blogs for automatic backlinking. And if I open this submission, and you can see that it's a push submission that's configured to receive link and automatically backlink it 3 times to the lower tier network. If I go to posts, first of all I go to URLs, and you can see that it received URL along with the topic. So this URL, it has a topic of cabbage soup diet, and that it was posted 3 times. So basically it created 3 articles in the lower tier pointing back to the top level article on the cabbage soup diet, and this time it used topic attached, so the content was created from this topic, not random diet topic. If I go to posts, completed posts, let's say the second one that I by URL can say that it's something about vegan diet, and I open it up and see some ideas to consider for picking up fundamental details of vegan diet. Let's find a link. So there is an image, there's news, something from PR Web, and here's the link. Professional tip for central criteria for keyword. This is a glitch, but I mean it's fixed by now. It was by the time we did a demo because it was fresh. But the idea is that not only it uses vegan diet topic to create article, it also creates anchor that will be a huge variety of the same topic of the vegan diet. And if I open the page where it linked to, it is page on another blog on the raw vegan vegan diet. So basically we now have several, and like of course you're not limited to 2 tiers. You can send it low to another tier. You can create a snowball of the articles for the vegan diet posted on the blogs that are not specifically about vegan diet. So but you will have like subset of pages, so you like multiply the campaign, so you have the every topic is like a mini campaign that you're working on to build the authority of your site for this specific topic. And if I go back to slides to the diagram, well, I made it pretty simple diagram, so it wasn't an intention. So that if you have a site and one of the page is on the topic of paleo diet, so now you have automatic sub campaign that will create for each of the higher level page with the topic paleo diet the content based on the same topic and link it back. So like each separate page on this top level site becomes a campaign that will be promoted with the content of the same topic. And definitely that's something that we can do with any other tool, or even manually hard to do, because like it's hard to impossible track all of those link structures for each specific topic. Well, I'm pretty sure it's all very exciting, but hey, where we can go from here, because it's opening a completely new way of building a content. Topic is now a separate entity. It's a part of the bucket, but topic can be activated, deactivated. So like there is a relevant topic added, so at some point it loses relevancy, you deactivate it. Topic can have active period. Let's say for the tennis example, the Roland Garros topic will be relevant sometime in May, from day one, from the beginning. Might be a little bit before beginning and after. There's no point. There's like there's no as much point of posting the Roland Garros articles. That probably will be collecting information from the past year, compared to the posting them exactly in the time when it's happened and when a lot of news surfacing does, and you pretty much capturing those news with the topic as you add it in your content. Topic, because again it's a separate entity, could be sent from outside, it could be used from API, it could be sent along with the article for backlinking from the main site. So we have a WordPress plugin that some users use for manual publishing, so where you create an article and it automatically sends the posted URL down to RankWyz for backlinking, for second tier, for third tier. Imagine now that you not only publish in content but also specify the topic you think it creates. And let's say if you created a yoga article and said this is yoga for low back pain, then it will send to your fitness or health network in RankWyz and will carry over the topic, and now you will automatically receive the backlinks from your blogs for the same exactly topic, yoga for back pain, and so on. You might be if you have a tag blog and you're looking into the news about upcoming Google updates, as soon as you push from any tool, like might be bookmark-led type of tool, the topic to your network, it becomes active, and it might create news-based articles for the completely new topic. You don't even have keyword this. It's just let's say you have upcoming update that we know how it's named, and it might be Gazimba update that will become like a trending topic like tomorrow. And to demonstrate this, I created a bucket from three top trending topics a couple days ago when I did this test, and then was like 107 dead. That's unfortunate, sad topic. People were dead in attack on Kenya University, and Iran nuclear talks, and TSX, which is Toronto Stock Exchange, rises on US data. So I created layout, which is image, news, social, video, news. So there are no aggregated content. It's all based on news or data from social that are collected. And look at the article on Iran nuclear talks. It wasn't you can't find it in any keyword research tool, because it's only relevant today. Like, I'm assuming this is a trending news today. This is article on this attack in Kenya University. and this financial information about TSX raising. So it's all very relevant. So then let's say if there is in a future way to sending automatically trending keywords to trending topics to this type of system, so you can produce continuously produce very fresh and relevant content without even monitoring what exactly to create. I hope you see, like, I'm pretty sure you see the power of this approach. Well, at this moment, I'm pretty much done with my demo. So I started with the idea that lead us to thinking and how it can be done better, because of the relevancy of the content in like 4 years, like when with when the content Google start making the relevance of the content important, get to the point that start like creating the market for systems like RankWyz that were creating the content. But then it gets to now finally it's get to the convenience level. There are, like, as I said, there are like so many tools that do it exactly the same way, and you can go from one to another. Pretty much is a price question. So who does it's cheaper, because like what can you do, how can you do better? And like people still with a serious face, like introduce a new system that allows you, based on the 3 keywords, create a mashup of the content that is considered relevant and to be posted over your PBN blogs. So now you can see the alternative. So this is a new approach when you can create the content based on topics, and we're gonna definitely working into this direction and improving the way we create. There will be more content blocks are coming. Let's say Amazon. It's a great example. Amazon. Let's say you create a sites based on the popular authors as a topic, or movies, upcoming movie. There are like you have a schedule of movies coming up, or might be DVD releases. Like, I mean, you create a movie and you create a content, and then you have, let's say, several tiers of the blogs, and then later on following by a bookmarking account. And I don't have an example, but let's say movie 1 is going to be released like early next month, and like 2 weeks before this topic will become active, and you will movie releases 1, DVD releases another, like different topic for affiliate commissions. But let's say once it's activated, you start producing articles on this, and include the Amazon feeds with this movie, or in early example books, and so on, so on. So you can do authors, you can do categories of goods from eBay, from the Amazon, and other e-commerce stores. So this is all example. Again, our main target is SEO content and improve relevance of the content, because if we use the content but it's too generic, like, I mean, even no matter how good the content in the first tier, when we use the second tier content and create it just in the very generic health content, we still betting on the anchor profile, so that, like we said, hey, we still, like, Google still, and for a long time, I'm going to be using anchor as another indication of relevancy, but it will be over time making it less and less important. So, like, sooner or later, unless you improve the relevancy of the lower tier pages, relevancy in the content, you're going to be ultimately losing to those who do it manually, and the efficiency of such campaign will be losing. Anyway, so that's been a long talk, so you can tell I'm excited, and we're going to be releasing more of examples of the usage for this type of content. And if you are a member of RankWyz, so thank you for using, thank you for your support. If you are not, or was in the past, so we'll come back, try your free account, and see how the system improved from the last time you see it. Thank you, and have a great day.